There are a couple of things that you need to know if you want to install my Portable Houses data pack. First things first, you have to know how to install it. It's very different compared to other data packs, so make sure you stay to the end because that's when I'll show you how to install the data pack. Also, there's a couple of very important disclaimers to be aware of if you do decide to use this data pack, and I'm going to show you some of them now. First off, the way that this works in order to pack up the houses is that it sets the entire area of the boundaries into air. It also deletes all of the items within a certain radius of the command block here. So from here, about a 9-block radius around the entire house, all the items within it get deleted. That's to clear things such as beds, doors, lanterns, other weird things like that. Especially with these two here, that's something to be careful of because it has a bigger radius. Because I can place this down, and then there's like a radius of like 30 blocks because this is such a big house. So what that means is if I have items like, a stack of items all the way over there, it could get cleared by this command block. See, so those aren't there anymore. Just be aware of that as you're placing these down. The area around it will clear all of the items just within a certain radius. This one has a radius of like 11 blocks. So from 11 blocks out, to here, if there's any items, if you have diamonds, make sure to pick those up. Otherwise, those get deleted. Also, it's important to note that there is feasibly no way of rotating these. So the way that you see them is how they are. They're facing this way forever and for eternity. And I'll show you two things at once. So we can come all the way over here, and let's say right here it'd be really nice to look into this, this hillside. Well, it doesn't rotate. Thankfully there's plenty of windows, I guess, that you can look out of, but the door is always facing this way for this house, and it's just something to be aware of. Especially something else with this modern house is it will clear out the entire area in order to build the modern house. So watch this. If I place it here, the whole hillside just gets totally obliterated. So keep that in mind as well. Anything, just any landscapes or hillsides will totally get torn apart by this. And once you pack it up and leave, well, yeah, it doesn't look super great. But there's really not much I could do about it. I could make it so that you have to clear out the area. But the thing is, when you go to pick up the house, it clears the whole area anyway. So this is what you're ending up with. So just something to keep in mind as you are placing these down, right? It can very easily encroach into a hillside just like this. So to recap, basically a certain radius around the houses will clear all items. So, be careful of that. Also, they don't rotate at all, so the direction they're facing is kind of what you're stuck with, unfortunately. I wish there was a way to rotate it, but there really isn't that I'm aware of. And also, be careful of where you place it, because you can, totally destroy the landscape. Which, what would be funny? Inside of a mountain. I mean, I guess you could use it to clear out a whole area super easy, right? Like, if you want to clear out a mountain, just put this thing down. You do what you want with it, but, yeah. Whatever. Next thing is I want to show you the recipes. If you ever need a recipe, type /trigger and then the house, and it'll pull up the recipes. I wanted to make it so that you had to gather every single block, but there doesn't seem to be any way of being able to like throw down multiple stacks. So I can't throw down a stack of grass and then another stack of grass and have it work for the recipe. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to work. So this is the recipes that I've come up with. For the modern house, first off, this is an end game house. So, I mean, you have to have some end game items for this because of how big it is. And what you need is all the items you see in this chest, or again, type /trigger and it will give you a list. So if we grab everything in this chest, alright, and we'll just chuck it on the ground. And the reason I have an ender pearl is you can think of it as like teleporting it from a different dimension or something. And then the shulker box is just to pack everything up and make it an endgame item. But just like that, you can see it created the item here. And now you have it in my inventory. And then over here, oh, it looks like it deleted my chest. Oh yeah, I placed down a house earlier, didn't I? Well, this is what we need for the desert house here on the side. So you need some sandstone, cut sandstone, smooth sandstone stairs, and you do need the specific amounts of those stairs, which is, it's a 37. Okay. So we'll throw all of these out, and then a single emerald. The reason for that is to actually kind of put some value, and you can't just get it immediately early on. So just like this, and this one seems to be a little finicky for some reason, which, you know what it is? I think I only need 32 pieces of glass. And there we go. Now we have the desert house. Totally obtainable in survival, totally doable. And I think the recipes are pretty fair. They could use some tweaking. It's not perfect, but I can't use multiple stacks of items in the recipe to throw on the ground, unfortunately. So this is kind of the best that we're stuck with. So hopefully that makes sense. Also, if you just want to mess around with this and you don't want to have to, you know, place those items down every single time you want one of the houses, you can just type /trigger houses, and you'll get all of the items here. And if you want to, you know, do this in survival, well, that's, you know, completely up to you, however you want to do it. But there you go. That's some disclaimers, some things to be aware of if you do decide to use this data pack. Let me know what you think. I really hope that you have fun with this. And oh, this reminds me, another thing. Anything you do inside of the house will not be saved. So let's say we've got my house here. Okay, and I throw a bunch of diamonds in a chest. So we've got this chest. It's loaded up with all of my diamonds. I don't want to lose any of them. Well, as soon as you hit this, everything gets cleared, so you won't have your diamonds anymore. This is meant to be a portable house, and if people really want to, I could spend maybe some more time and figure out how to, you know, save everything inside of the house to keep your chests and other things like that. But now if I clear this and place down the exact same item, you can see it's not going to have our diamonds in the chest. So that's something else to be aware of. Anything you change inside of here, like building more, whatever, it's not going to be saved. Alright, let's move on to how to install this thing, because it's different installation from other data packs. So when you go to make a new world, click on data packs and then open pack folder. It will open up a folder here for you to put some things in. Now when you unzip the data pack, you will see this. There's the data pack in here. This will be all zipped up, but there's also 3 .nbt files. You'll leave those there and you'll just bring this guy over. I'm going to copy it for now and put it into the world just like that. You can see it, move it over. There you go. You now have the data pack in the world. I'm going to set this to creative. Now, what you have to do is you have to make your world first. So we'll let it generate real quick. And now we are in our wonderful, amazing world. We're going to close out of this and move into our .minecraft folder. So in your .minecraft, go to saves, find your world, and this is what you have to do. The path for it is generated Minecraft structures, but right now you actually don't see anything here, so you have to make it yourself. You're going to hit a new folder, click generated. Okay, open that up, call this Minecraft. Open that folder, make a new one, call it structures. Just like that, open that one now, and then we're going to bring this back over and copy these .nbt files over into there. That way the houses are actually in your world, and you can do it with the world open. It's like totally safe. Now if we trigger our houses, you can see we've got everything in this brand spanking new world here, and it's pretty cool. So that's how to properly install this data pack. Also, make sure you have the resource pack enabled. That will also be available for download. So make sure you have the resource pack downloaded in order to get all of these items looking all nice and fancy. Hopefully this made sense. Leave comments if you have any questions, and I will do my best to help you guys out. So I hope you have fun with this data pack, and see you in the next video.